I just had another game in the wing gambit against the Scandinavian, and I cannot talk this opening up enough. It's so much fun. There's so many people that are just falling into some big problems here. So I'm gonna go just straight through the game, and then I'll talk about a couple of variations and a couple ways Black could have played better, and then some takeaways for White and some key ideas in the opening. I've already gone over it, but it's worth it again. This game was just an absolute killer, man. This guy just got crushed. He fell apart. He just completely fell apart. It was fucking hilarious. But yeah, so let's check this out. Oh yeah. So we started off with e4. We go into Scandi, and Queen a5, uh, normal normal Scandi move. Um, I think it's the most popular. Yeah, it's the main line. Also Queen d8, but so Queen a5, and then you hit him with this move b4. And White's scoring pretty well because against lesser experienced players, they just fall apart. It's hilarious, kind of like this guy did. So he makes the mistake uh, of after rook to b1, he makes a mistake of playing queen a5, and I'll talk about he should play here. He should play queen d6. The other main move is queen h4, which also loses, and I can talk about why that loses as well. But anyway, so this is a mistake because now I can come in with my rook. I think rook b5 is a fine move. Just attacking the queen. We're developing again. And here the computer likes just bringing the rook back to b3 with the discovered attack from the bishop. So he has to move the queen again, which is why I love playing against a Scandi. Because look, I already have 3 pieces in the game, and he's just dumping his queen around, and I'm just bouncing it around like a tennis ball all over the fucking court. So shout out to this guy. So super easy stuff, and I just went for it. So I was like, I'm not playing rook back to b3, although that's a usual idea in this gambit. I was like, I'm not playing that shit. So we went rook c5, hitting this, and he gives a check. I just block with the bishop to not. If I block with the knight, it blocks the development of the bishop. So I was like, I'll just block with the bishop. He's not attacking this. He has no other check. So I was like, all right, let's do it. And he just totally forgot that this was hanging, and just absolutely hangs it. I could have played knight b5 here, something like this, and if you take, you get forked. So that wouldn't be any good. Uh, so I just took the pawn. Could have played knight b5, but it's all good. And then here, he's like so flustered at this point. Like I already have the advantage back, but like he's so flustered at this point that he just like attacks the. He just is like, all right, I'll attack the rook. Like I can't deal with this. And then like this bishop is just hanging, man. Like it's just hanging. Yeah, if he plays something like this, I don't know. I'd probably just start developing normally. D4, knight f6. Like my pieces are out, and I'm already better for sure. Like there's no way he's escaping this position with his pieces or his king. Anyway, so check, and then here, and no resigns here. He didn't resign. He kept playing, and it took the final blunder. This dude just fumbled everywhere. He couldn't stop just dropping everything. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go after this pawn, right? Like, oh yeah, bang, like get out of here, bro. This is why you got it, dude. You just gotta take the L, man, and resign, because or else you're just gonna keep making a fool of yourself. Honestly, this is just tough. Um, yeah. Um, so I'll go back. I'll talk about this thing too. So this was just a super fun game. So it just goes to show you, man, these guys just fall apart. In this position, obviously queen d6 is a better move, and then like d4, like knight f3, normal stuff. Uh, rook to the third rank, and then swings over is a normal thing. Talked about that in my last video. If you guys want to check that out. If they play this move, queen h4, which is third most common, yeah, hit him with this, and you're just bouncing this queen around. He's probably got to play something back here, and then d4, and it's good stuff. You can see we already have open file, 2 knights controlling, and it's not looking good. something like this in castles. So yeah, pretty simple stuff. Anything else I want to talk about here? Check. I guess right here. B3, Queen C5. Yeah, so instead of going over, I could have played Rook B3, and then we maybe have this line with Queen E6, Bishop E2, the knight comes out, and then you can see there's another tactic here. So whenever you guys see this knight come out early in this opening, there's usually knight B5 stuff. Knight B5 is another key theme in the wing Gambit against the Scandi, because this, I mean, you saw it in this game. This C7 pawn is just so weak. It's just such a target, you know. So yeah, as soon as he plays here, you know, knight b5 winning like on the spot. There's not much he can do, you know. King d8, king d8 best move. Yeah, something like this, you get you're just gonna get run over. Like it's just game over. Yeah, there's not much you can do. So yeah, and once you force king d8, like this is, I mean, this king is never castled. The rooks are going to be disconnected for the rest of the game, and your pieces are just going to start lining up against the king. So it's going to be a fun game. So that's another thing to watch out for is just really pay attention to the C7 pawn in this opening. So yeah, hopefully you guys got something out of that. I thought that was a fun game. Like this guy just completely fell apart. So all right, take care.